So just to start us off here to introduce ourselves, we are the navigation specialists and we have a special role for the district. We are here to help families and parents within our community with technology needs, whatever it is, whether it's how do I get into Zoom, how do I access Canvas, how do I access Clever, my Chromebook stopped working, we are here to help. And so both of our numbers are listed here. We are in the office from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. every day, Monday through Friday. So if you have any questions, you can call us. You can also email us at studtechhelp.pike.k12.in.us. So that is our information there. A little bit about our presentation this evening. We're going to go over 6 important things for tonight that will help your students succeed virtually. We're going to talk about how to navigate Clever. We're going to talk about how to navigate Canvas. Now, I'm sure that you're familiar with Canvas. However, it does look a little bit different for your virtual student than it would if your student is just in person. So it looks a little bit different. We're going to talk about the differences. We're going to go over Zoom meeting links. Like I said, it's a little different. So your Zoom links are in a different spot. We're going to learn how to submit assignments via media and video recordings, file uploads, student annotations, and Google assignments. All 4 of those are widely used, K through 5. We're going to learn how to navigate ThinkCentral, which is a math application that many of our teachers use within the district. And then lastly, we're going to talk about Edge Your Friend in Learning, which some of you may or may not be familiar with already. A lot of teachers use it, especially in the primary grades for iRead and various assignments. So we're going to go ahead and get started talking about Clever. Clever is our one-time sign-in program that we use. It cuts down on the amount of time that students have to spend logging into things, and they're able to get started on their assignment right away. I'm going to show you what it will look like. If you are using a Chromebook that is the school's, I'm sure many of you guys have already seen this already. You log into your computer and it comes up with the Chromebook Care and the Clever login. Many of you also know you just click login with Google, signs you right in. So let me go ahead and get signed in here. And for this purpose, I'm doing login with Clever. However, you guys will always click login with Google. And if you are using a home computer, you are able to access this as well. You just simply go to clever.com and you find your school, use your Google login. You would use your student's 500 number at students.pike.k12.in.us, like an email address. And then you would just use your student's password like you would be logging into the computer. So from here, we can access various applications such as Canvas. This is where you would be able to access ThinkCentral, and this is where you would also be able to access Edge Your Friend. So for this purpose right now, we're going to be accessing Canvas. And this is where I'm going to switch here. So next, we're going to learn how to navigate Canvas. It looks a little bit different, and I'm going to walk you through that here now. So with our Canvas for virtual students, you have various course cards for each subject. So normally, if your student is in person, you would have one course card for that teacher, for the primary teacher, and within that course card, you would have reading, writing, math, and all the various assignments. It's a little different here. You have one course card for reading, one course card for language arts, one course card for math, and if you are in the upper grades, you also have math and science. So it looks a little different, but it is very simple. So something that I want to talk about is the missing assignments here. For each of the course cards, you'll be able to see the assignments right on the course card that your student needs to complete. You can simply click on it, and it also tells you nothing is due today. And then you can take a look at the assignments, okay? So these assignments are already completed. It tells you when it was due and how many points, okay? This is a completed one. It tells you that it was submitted. This is one that is upcoming, okay? It's due. So here you can kind of see all of that. Now, if I were to go home, it just shows me language arts. I have to go home on the left-hand side to get back to all of the course cards. If I click on schedule up here at the top, I can see my assignments for all of my classes, okay? So if I go back to homeroom, it shows me each individual one. If I go to schedule, it shows me all of my upcoming and past assignments. It will also show missing assignments, which is really helpful. It'll also show you your grades. So again, I'm at home and I'm up the top on grades. And here I can see what percentage I have in each class. Obviously, this is a demo class, so I only have one grade here showing. The next thing I'm going to show you is our Zoom. Now, like I said, it's going to be a little bit different. So there's two ways that we can access Zoom, and I'm going to walk through both of them with you. And like I said, this will be accessible after this. It'll be posted on the website. So if you are like, oh, I totally forgot how to do that, no worries. Don't worry, we will have it for you. So I'm going to show you from here. We're going to click on resources. So I am just in that homeroom with all of my course cards showing. I'm going to click on resources and I'm going to click on Zoom. Now I have all of my course cards showing up, that math, reading, language arts, and then the course card. I'm going to click on language arts. Now, most teachers have all of their Zoom links going just to their personal meeting room, so it should not matter which one you go to. Usually you'll see a join button here, and then you can join, okay? So I'm gonna go back to the subject. I'm gonna go back home. Now, if I were in one of these, I would click on language arts. I would click on resources, Zoom, and then it takes me right there. So when in doubt, always click resources up at the top, piggy bank, resources, Zoom. If you need to pick one, just pick one. And then you can click join. That's the easiest way to get in. The last thing I want to show you guys with the new dashboard setup would be your modules. Now, a lot of people are used to the modules. On the left-hand side here, it looks a little different. You have your home, your schedule, and now your modules. Now, this is just for language arts. In order to make sure that you hit reading, writing, and math, you have to go home. Say it's math time, you go to your math one. And then you would click on modules here. And then you have your math information there. Okay, so it's a little different where it's all separate course cards for each different subjects. Okay. So we talked about Clever, we talked about Canvas, and we've talked about Zoom so far. And now I'm going to hand it over to Nicole, and she's going to continue.
Thank you, Laura. Let me pull up the correct screen here. Nope, cancel. Sorry. All right. So we're going to look at how to submit assignments in Canvas via media and video recordings, file uploads, student annotations, and Google Assignments. In the slideshow, when you have access to it, you will be able to click on each of these images to get a Canvas guide, and it's a step-by-step on how to do each assignment submission. And Canvas walks you through exactly how to do that. So I'm going to walk through it right now in Canvas, but if you get behind or forget, you can click on these thumbnail icons here for reference for the step-by-step guides. All right. So we are going to look at the submission types. I'm going to go into the language arts course where there are a lot of assignments in here for our student. Again, you're going to find modules for your assignments. I will let you know that in those course Canvas guides, those step-by-step directions that you can click on, it tells you to click on assignments on the left. That is in our classic model of Canvas for in-person students. We do not have that assignments on the left, so you will always go straight to modules when you're doing the virtual assignments. So here we have our module set up. I will go over real quick that in the modules, teachers may have something where it asks you to do something and then check the box that it is done. Once you have completed it, you've got to mark it as done. If you see a red minus sign next to it, that means that assignment is missing. It has not been completed. So this one was due yesterday on the 3rd. And so that has that red minus sign because it is overdue and missing. So when I click on this writing assignment, we'll take a look at our first submission type. Here, we just have the teacher has posted some directions, what you need to do. They've given you options of upload a file or a media recording. So the first thing you need to do is click this big blue button up here, start assignment. Once you've read through the directions, the task of what needs to be done, click start assignment. Now at the bottom of your screen here, you have your options for your files or assignment submissions. If you want to do a file upload, you would click here to upload a file. On student Chromebooks, it's going to open up the files folder, and you can choose from either your Google Drive or the downloads folder and choose a file that the student has saved. You can also do a text box entry. When you do a text box entry, it'll format here, and it's just like a word processing system here. You can type your assignment. You can format it, colors, bold, font size. You can insert an image that's saved on your computer. You can add links to it if you need to link a website. So it's just a word processing text box entry for a submission type. The other option you can do is a media recording, okay? So you can record and upload media when you are, if the teacher has asked you to ask the student to record themselves reading their work or record themselves answering or responding to the text. You click that record. I'm not sure mine's going to allow my camera since I'm in Zoom right now. And so you would click that start recording. You would see yourself. You click on webcam. Right now I have no video. I would click over to that HD camera. It won't work since I'm in Zoom right now. But you would see yourself. You click start recording. If you didn't want the microphone and you just wanted to record the person, you could turn off that microphone or switch the microphone to a different location. So you would start recording. It'll count down for you. You record, you can see it's ticking down over here, and then click finish. And then you want to make sure you click that save media. You can listen to it. If you don't like it, you can click start over. Also make sure you title it. So if this is my personal narrative, make sure you title it so that that media has something and it's not just the date and time and you know exactly what it is. Then click save media. You can see it's here and it's ready to be submitted. And then you would just click submit assignment. In Studio, you can also do some recording in Studio as well. Or choose videos that you have already recorded in there. And then Our last one is going to be we have a Google Drive assignment that can be done. And so you have to link your student's Google Drive. Do not try to link a personal Gmail account. If your student has a personal Gmail account, do not link that. They will not be able to see their assignments, okay? So you're going to click this, and then you would select a file from your Google Drive account. So those are some of those options. I'm going to go back to our module here and look at our last two submission types, our student annotation and our Google Cloud assignments. So let's take a look here at this Google assignment. For the younger grades, our first, second, third grade students, we're going to see a lot of these Google slide assignments that are click and drag, where they may need to do something and manipulate the slides. But as you can see here right now, this is a very tiny, okay? There's directions, but you can't really manipulate and complete the assignment in this space. If you click on the blue link, the name of that assignment right here, it will open up in a new tab. In this tab, it is now a full slide. It might be a Google Doc. So you can manipulate and complete the assignment in its entirety. Clicking and dragging, teachers have various directions where you would, click and drag and complete the assignment. Once you've completed the assignment, all the slides, whatever is expected and asked of the student, you're going to come back to Canvas in your top tab here, and then click Submit. I will let you know that, let's see, I was working on the slide 3. You can see here that the FL block has moved over. So with the Google assignments, when they are working in this tab here and moving things, it is automatically moving it over here. And so you can see that that is working, and you can see that Mikey, my student here, is working on this assignment. So once you are done, you're going to click Submit. And then once it loads, you will see your submission confirmation here right underneath. It says submitted with the date and the time. So that way you know it has been submitted. If your student realizes they need to fix something again, they can go back to it, or they've closed this out already. You can open it back up again, make adjustments, come back here and click Submit again. You'll see that that timestamp will change. And so now the time is slightly different and it has been resubmitted. So that is our Google assignments. Again, make sure when it asks you to link your Google account that you are linking your school account. If you link a personal account, it will come up and say that you do not have access to the assignment or the document. So make sure you are linking your student's school account. All right, and then our last assignment submission type is our annotation. And annotation is a way of just writing on a PDF that a teacher has given the students and posted for them. So you're going to, your annotation is here, you have directions. This says new attempt because Mikey has already started it. You would have either start assignment there. And so you're going to click that blue button to start assignment or new attempt. And you can see here you have that student annotation, and that PDF has popped up right here for you. So this teacher is asking the student to complete the math fact sheet. You have various tools here. So you can do a text box where you type a text box for each space. You can also use the paintbrush and use the mouse to try to write that in there. You have a highlighter to highlight text. If you need to highlight, you can select and make shapes, leave comments. So there's various tools in here that you can use and leave a comment students can use. I would say the most common ones are going to be that text box tool where they can type. You can obviously type text, type your name, and move and complete the assignment in that PDF. Once you're done, all you need to do, the student needs to do is click submit assignment. That assignment, as it is written, as you see it here, gets submitted to the student. You'll get fun confetti once that is submitted. And again, your timestamp here is on the right for your submission time, so you know that it has been submitted. So those are our file or assignment submission types. And like I said back here, you can click on these images to see those step-by-step guides for our submission types. All right, the next thing we're going to do is look at ThinkCentral. ThinkCentral is our elementary math curriculum, and ThinkCentral is our online textbook program. So like Laura had said earlier, you have on Clever, you will see this ThinkCentral app and students can click on it. Because it is in Clever, it will automatically assign students into ThinkCentral. They don't have to type another username and another password. It'll automatically log them in. Once they get into ThinkCentral, the first page they're going to see is their dashboard here. You can immediately click on this things to do list. You can click on the library or my scores. So then over here, you can see I clicked on that things to do, and it gives me my assignments that my teacher has assigned to me in ThinkCentral using the math curriculum. It'll tell you the subject, the due date, the assignment name, and you can click on those and complete them. If you clicked on my scores, those would be listed here. So that would be like a test or a quiz that a teacher has assigned to your student through ThinkCentral. Those are here. And then the last one is the library. For the math curriculum, the library consists of math games, online math manipulatives and tools. The actual math textbook can be found online, and various other resources for students to use. There's interactive videos that go along with the lessons. So if your student is working on lesson 3.2 in math, you can find interactive games and videos and how-tos and extra things here that go along with lesson 3.2. So that library is a very good resource for extra support in those math lessons. And then the last one we're going to look at is Ed, Your Friend in Learning. Ed is your part of our reading curriculum for our elementary students. In Ed, just like ThinkCentral, you'll access that from Clever. You'll click on that. It'll automatically assign students in so that they don't have to do that username and password again. The first thing you're going to see is their dashboard here. The dashboard just is an overview of what's due today or what might be overdue for assignments. And then when you click over to assignments on the top of your dashboard here, you will see any assignments that are there that need to be done, completed, or that are completed, or those that are overdue. You can also see here that I Read program. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. The next part of that dashboard or the navigation at the top is Discover. So your student will be working through modules, and those are the units of study for our reading curriculum. So you can go in here and look into Module 3, Module 4, and find the resources, the text that your student is reading in class and with their teacher. And the teacher may assign a text, online text for the student to read. And that would show up in their assignments, but it can also be accessed through the Discover Modules area. And then the last tab on your navigation at the top there, your scores. So your students' assignments will be there. Every student does take the module assessment at the end of the unit. So module assessment scores are here and listed with the date it was taken, and then the scores would be listed here. And now iRead. iRead is used a lot for our primary students, our K1, and I think 2 students are using it. But iRead is just a heavy phonics-based program, and it is aligned with your students. So they take a pre-assessment at the beginning when they first sign into iRead, and then the activities and games and things that they do within iRead align with their skills, and it progresses them along the path at which they need to be. So if your student's really struggling in one area like letters and sounds, it'll focus a lot on those letters and sounds. If your student's ready to start putting words together, it's going to gear and push them in that path of reading those words, putting sentences together, using reading strategies. So your teachers will periodically or often assign iRead, and that is found within Ed Your Friend as well. So Ed Your Friend is our reading curriculum. All right, I know we've talked about a whole lot. Like I said, this is recorded. We'll have it all posted. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute and let us know if you have questions about what to do for our virtual students. All right, well, if you're not thinking of questions right now, that's perfectly okay. You might be laying in bed later tonight and think of those. So feel free to reach out to us. Your teachers also have our information as well. Just say, hey, I need that navigation specialist number. They'll get that for you. But we are here to help you guys, whether it's tech issues or just how do I do and how do I navigate. We're here for you guys. So thank you guys for joining us tonight, and we look forward to working with you, and we hope you guys have a great second semester.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.